So the Chronicles of Ara was optioned by Ovation Network at the end of 2015, I believe. It was either 2015 or 2016. I think it's 2015. And we got a lot of press, and we were like big in Variety and all this type of thing. The interesting thing about this particular option is the book had just been released and we hadn't yet sold 200 copies. And here we are now optioned by a TV company for a development deal for an 8-hour miniseries. When we signed the deal, I thought that the idea was that they picked it up because they wanted the show to be like the books. But as happens frequently with authors and adaptations, books and film or books and TV are not the same. And anybody can speak on this who has had their works adapted. You could ask Anne Rice how she felt about Queen of the Damned. She loved Interview with a Vampire, was not a fan of Queen of the Damned. You could ask most authors how they feel about their books and their adaptations, and a lot of people will say, well, it's so different. Some others will say, well, they gave me a great check. It depends on the individual. In terms of mine, we thought it would be close, but no, they wanted to change pretty much everything in the story and this and that. Now, that's not a negative. What it is we can still keep the themes, and you have to fight for what you believe in. So we were in the room with the owners of the network and the writers who were adapting the screenplay, both of whom become friends of mine. And the writers were so respectful to me and my partner on the books and our company, Steve Hillard. The writers were so respectful of us, they didn't want to change it up too much. They wanted to meet what the network wanted, but at the same time, they wanted to keep it as close to the books as possible. So we worked together on that a lot, which was a great process. Great process. I understood, again, from being around for a long time, that things will change in the translation. My books are basically, it's about a muse by the name of Ara, who inspires all of art and creativity and has throughout the dawn of man. What happens, though, if all along that muse was corrupted? And we kind of take off from there. So the tagline is, the end of the world begins when man is betrayed by his greatest creation, his art. And that would go over a series of 10 books. And what would be is that the show would follow it, but the executives in charge wanted 2 muses, not 1. So there could be a good muse and a bad muse, and I'm sitting here thinking, this is not I Dream of Jeannie with her good sister and her bad sister. This is not Bewitched with her good sister and her bad sister. And we had a fight. But the long and the short of it is this. We all liked I think it was a second draft of the script that the writers came up with. And we signed off on it. The network liked it. And then, as happens so frequently in TV, the project went into turnaround. I was going to be very involved. I was going to be an executive producer. I was going to be in the writer's room and the whole deal. I didn't want to write the pilot. I was too close to it. I was deep into another book, so I wanted to hand it off. But it went into turnaround, meaning that whether it's the company didn't have the money to put into it or whatever reason, they could not make it work. Creatively, they were cool. But they just couldn't make it work, which is usually financial. So it went into turnaround, and it's a situation where the rights come back, and then we got to go out and pitch it again, which I haven't done yet, because around that time, a couple of months after, I removed the books from our publisher, and now in about a month and a half, we're going to be looking for a new publisher for this series. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on there.